And the International Court of Justice has started its first hearing in a case brought by the Sudanese government against the United Arab Emirates. Sudan is accusing the UAE of allegedly financing and supplying arms to the RSF to carry out genocidal acts in Darfur. The UAE, which has repeatedly denied supporting the RSF, brushed off the case as a publicity stunt and said that it would try to have it dismissed. Sudan wants the ICJ to issue emergency orders to force the UAE to pay reparations. These orders by the ICJ, which rules in disputes between states, are legally binding, but the court has no direct power to enforce them. Well, for more on this, we now have Nawa Mukhadeen, who joins us from Port Sudan. Hi there, Nawa. Nawa, what is the reaction on the ground on what the Sudanese people are expecting from this case?
Actually, Hannah, people are welcoming this trial and think it's even if it's legally binding, but there is no power to enforce it. But they think it's shedding light and it's reminding people of the Sudanese crisis. So people are waiting for this trial for so long, and hundreds of thousands of people are watching it live, and they have watched it through the public broadcast, Sudan's national TV, and also hundreds of thousands of families of victims are watching the trial or have watched the trial. So people are thinking that it's at least a reminder to the Sudanese crisis and to the forgotten war that it's almost 2 years right now. So they think and they are optimistic that this trial will, of course, result in at least a deal between UAE and Sudan, which Turkey has mediated before, to stop the alleged support for the RSF, while the Sudanese government they are working on providing proofs and providing proofs to the alleged support to RSF. UAE has been accused of supporting the RSF through Chad and through through Jaras airport in eastern Chad. So the government is welcoming this step, and also hundreds of thousands of Sudanese people who are, of course, displaced or killed or seek refugee because of the war that was intensified in the last few weeks.
So Nawa, Sudan will be marking devastating 2 years since this conflict began in just a few days. What can you tell us about the mood on the ground right now, Nawa?
Actually, Hannah, people are frustrated because after almost 2 years of war, hundreds of thousands of families are still trapped in displacement camps and refugees camps in other countries. Despite that, people are also happy because of the Sudanese army have restored the capital just recently, but the situation on the ground is not improving, Hannah. Even people who have returned to the capital, Khartoum, are suffering from lack of services, including power shortage and also water shortage. People in other states are suffering from the deteriorating humanitarian situation and also the deteriorating economy. So after 2 years of war, Sudanese people feel like there is no reason behind this war, and only hundreds of thousands of millions of people are suffering. We can say millions of people are suffering in a way or another. So after 2 years of devastation, we lost hundreds of thousands of people who are displaced or seek refuge. Thousands of people have been killed. The economy is deteriorating, and also with the recent drone attacks on northern state and River Nile state, this is a direct message that there is no safe region or place for Sudanese people. So there is a state of the mood is frustration, but also some people think if the government or the economy in a way or another enhanced, or if the economy will do better in the few coming months, people can return home, can return to Khartoum and Al Jazeera. But of course, that doesn't mean the war will end. The war shall end if the two warring parties decided to end the siege of Al-Fashir, if the two warring parties decided to go to negotiation table, so hundreds of millions of people who are displaced or refugees can return home safely and can rebuild their lives.